the sort of impact that is happening on the temporary resident population as of now is that the study permits issuance, and this was a news coverage that happened. If I quickly show you here, this was the news coverage that was done by Toronto Star, which is one of the news broadcasting agencies here in Canada. They are saying that it has the federal government has reduced its immigration index for 3 years in response to public backlash. Like I said, this was a backlash from the citizens and the permanent residents, and the housing and the affordability crisis. And this particular news says that it found that 24% drop in the newly issued study permits, including first time permits and extensions, has only yielded a 4% reduction in the total number of study permit holders in the country, which is still very high. Like, because there are people who are already in the country, so even though the number of permits that they're issuing is lesser, but the rollover from the previous years is still pretty high, so that particular number is still there. Work permits fell by 4% from 2023 to 2024, and the year end total has still increased by 19%. Why? Because a lot of students within the country have graduated, who were actually students. So they have graduated, they have gotten their PGWPs, and we now know people who are applying for their BOWPs, bridging open work permits, and all of that. So that number has actually pushed this number up. Foreign workers may renew permits or switch programs, keeping the numbers high. So that means people are not ready to leave Canada at the moment. So what's important to know here is that the government is now recognizing all of these facts, and people are actively finding ways to stay in Canada, actively extending, transitioning, or switching their stays. Reducing new entries in the limited short-term impact will obviously impact the overall non-permanent resident numbers. But whatever they do in terms of not issuing newer permits will eventually result in reducing the numbers at some point in time, if not immediately. That is the important thing to know.